I'm going to walk over here, and while I'm walking, maybe that'll give everybody a chance to come in. I want to show you something real quick before I go in for the night. And I'm actually using this tomato as a test. So I'll let a few people come in and then we'll go over, oh man, we'll go over what is going on in the garden. I always have to look and see what is going on in the garden. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, as you come in, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you are looking for gardening tips, ideas, inspiration, all of that good stuff. We've been growing and we've been growing lots of tomatoes, but I'm really focusing on this plant right here. And if you look down at the bottom of your screen, you see one where it's almost ready. Now I'm going to go back to some of the other tomatoes and we'll come back to this one. And I want to tell you my experiment with this and why I'm letting it just kind of sit here like this. So I did a short, y'all, not too long ago. This is no lie. For my cherry tomato lovers and my cherry tomatoes, this is no lie, y'all. I have only taken 2 in the house. Like nobody, when I say nobody, it's just me and Chris right now. Nobody has not had any tomatoes but me. And I said I got to stop being selfish with that. This particular tomato plant seriously has some very flavorful tomatoes. But what I can't tell you is the variety. And I'm super sad about that because that's one of the things I'm going to be working on is try to do better with labeling. I really am. So this one is very flavorful. I'm going to walk over here really quick. And I was out here, Chris and I was out here, but something like flew on him and he immediately went in the house. I think he had it, and he told me that's why I'm getting bit all the time because I'm out here. But it is a lot of mosquitoes, but I keep getting bit by something else that is actually like swelling that area. I talked to my friend and it could be the yellow flies. It really could be. When she showed me a picture, I think I have seen some out here that look like that. But when I tell you they're fast, you'll be doing something. So that's why here lately in the garden, I have really been covering up. I'm talking about from head to toe because they strike. It leaves a lasting sting and it keeps stinging for some hours and it keeps stinging and it itch real bad, really bad. And then like the next 2 or 3 days, that area just starts swelling up. My calendula salve, I can say to the rescue, has really helped with the itching. And I'm really thinking that it's helping with the actual swelling too, because I know one time it was like a week that it just stayed swollen. But since I've been using the calendula salve, when I tell you the itching is, it really, really helps. But back to what we were talking about. So I don't have any bat boxes on the property. I don't know if we have bats. I don't know. But I don't have any, to answer your question, I don't. But I know there are a lot of mosquitoes out here tonight, for sure. But the mosquitoes, I understand their bite. I actually ordered a couple of more essential oils today, where I can make my spray that I normally spray on me before I even go outside. And hopefully that will help. It's like a combination of citronella, eucalyptus, rosemary. It's like about 6 essential oils. And I'm hoping that will help because whatever it is, when I tell you I never see it, I just feel the pain. And I always say, ooh, it got me. Whatever it is, it got me. And then you'll see the bump like the next couple of days after the swelling has gone down. But these are our first year growing the sun gold tomatoes. Someone told me about these probably a couple years ago, and it has always been my intention because they say they are so sweet. So when I tell you these will be gone tomorrow, because every morning I will come out and I will just come through the garden and get whatever is ripe. The sun gold tomatoes are really, really good. I do stand by those. And then these are the super sweet tomatoes down here. I harvested some of those this morning as well. But since this is an indeterminate tomato, I think this weekend I'm going to try to get up here. I just got my clips in from Amazon. I'm going to try to kind of tame this a little bit so that when they start getting heavy with tomatoes, it doesn't break the stem. So I got to like push some of those back and then try to train some of these up. But I have to come up here with my ladder and do it. And then also right here, this was a sauce tomato that we're getting, but we're starting to get some tomatoes on this one. And this one right here, we're starting to get a lot of tomatoes, but it's like within here. You see, can y'all see like all up here, all right here, and down here? So we're starting to get those. So we're gonna have a lot of tomatoes this season. But what I really wanted to, what the video is really about, y'all, or the live. Let me just stop real quick because I got to tell y'all as I'm walking through. But I promise you, I'm not gonna be long. So this week, the sunstripe squash. This one is really making me wait. This particular plant, we did a new thing this year where we were cutting off the lower stems right here to try to harden it up for pests. And I can really say that it did get hard, but this is the sunstripe squash. It's really having me wait. I've been harvesting zucchini off of this way more. We did the same thing for that, and you see some more coming on. But I've really been like the zucchini. Basically, the squash needs to catch up with the zucchini, and that's why I only plant like one zucchini plant, one squash plant, because normally once they start going, like it's a lot. And I can already tell that Chris is tired of zucchini, mushrooms, onions, and garlic, because I'll come out maybe every 3 or 4 days and it'll be a zucchini ready. And so that's what we'll have. But I'm trying to wait for this sunstripe squash so we can go ahead and get those in the mix too. So hopefully in the next few days, I do see where it's trying its best. If y'all can see over here, and then it's like a couple on that side. So hopefully they'll start to catch up. But I have tried this new method of just cutting back some of these stems to harden this off, because we always have a problem with squash vine borers. But it seems to be okay. Now I'm going to do a video a little bit later, maybe later on this week or next week. It's always a plant that gives you trouble from season to season. And y'all put it in the comments. Let me know what plant that is for you. For me this season, it has seriously been the peppers. I've been so disappointed with the peppers. It's something that's eating them. At first I was like, it's got to be the slugs and snails, because I have been finding them. But what I can tell you, we've been having a really bad major problem. And I just have like some water and a little bit of liquid soap in there. We've really been having problems with these Japanese beetles. Like, we didn't have them like this in Savannah. So this is something totally new. I know a lot of people have talked about Japanese beetles. And like I said, we've had a few, because they used to come, like we used to have grubs in the ground, and we've had a few. And every time I come out here, like, this is the damage that they're doing, the Japanese beetles. And last night when I came out here, it was like 5 of them on these leaves. Like, they're tearing them up. So I really got to come in and just kind of get them up under control, because I am going to have some zinnias. Like, they're not going to stop me from the zinnias. And the thing is they're in the front as well on some of the shrubs. But this is the thing. It's like certain plants, they tend to go to more, and others they don't. So I don't know, but they're really doing a number. These Japanese beetles. Probably when it gets a little bit darker, they'll come out. But Chris and I, we were on the front porch a few minutes ago, and it was like three of them on those shrubs there. Like they've been doing a number on the rose bushes. Let's go over here and check. Y'all, I know. I'm going back to the tomatoes. They were doing a number on the rose bushes, and it's like they kind of migrated. Yeah, see, they've been doing a little bit of damage right here on these roses, but I'm gonna get them up under control. It's these are things that happens when you garden. Like, I can't expect for everything to be perfect, although I really do spend a lot of time coming out trying to keep a check on the plants to make sure that if we do have an issue, I will get to it before it before it takes the plant out. But these Japanese beetles are there's something else, y'all. But what I will say is, finally, these rudbeckia that we started from seed, they're finally starting to come through. This plant really made me wait. Right here, we started these, I know, in about February, and I put them out when it got warm, and it was like the blooms just kept staying just at a just like a standstill. I guess it has to get hot. And I'm looking over. See these moths right here, y'all? This is where they lay all these worms too, and do stuff. So that's why I say I really get out here a lot and I check. That's why I always say, just develop a routine to where you can check on your plants, because they really can, just come in and do a number like they were doing last night on these zinnias. But we'll get that up under control. Right there. But let me get back to what's on hand, because I told y'all Chris was like, I'm going in. You keep getting bit. That's why you keep getting bit. Do you have any grafted fruit trees? I'm not. We have fruit trees now. We have some that are established. I don't know if they're grafted. Let me walk back here real quick and show you. So this is a peach tree right here. But the ones that are established, and then that one straight in front of you, a pear tree, and we got another one. Now the ones that I bought two pomegranate trees from Savannah with me, but I don't know if they're, what do you call it, grafted or not. I'm not sure. And then now I just bought these citrus trees when I was here last season. So I think I got like 2 key limes, one Persian lime, and then like one lemon. And this one is like the variegated lemon tree here. But I don't know. So to answer your question, I really don't know if they're grafted or not. And in the morning, I really got to get out of here. I really got to get out here and water, because remember, when you're gardening or when you have things in containers, you got to stay on top of watering. And we're getting into the upper 90s this week. Yeah. So I'm not sure about that, but I think I am going to harvest some of this holy basil for some tea tonight. I think I will. I think I will do that. Okay, but let's get back to it. Y'all know I gotta stop. I gotta get on top of it. So this is an indeterminate tomato right here. And I think I did a video and said which type it was. And I do a lot of videos, y'all. I put up a lot of videos and I try to say the names on it, so I have to go back and look at it, because oftentimes I know that I say I am going to write the variety down and I never make it back outside. So the video helps to serve as a reminder of what these varieties are. A lot of the varieties, if they have a tag on them, because this one I did buy, I will try to put the tag in there. But this particular one, I remember it was a sticker on the pot. So it wasn't a tag. It wasn't a tag to go with it. So that's why I do not remember. And I need to go look at my pots. Maybe it'll jog some memories. Now, the only reason why I know that the other two tomatoes on the trellis are, I think it's like a pineapple tomato, is because I bought two of them and I said, I think that'll be cool. But this one, I don't know. But this is what I'm doing. Okay, so y'all, I used to have to pick my tomatoes in Savannah when they got like a blush color to them, because we would have the birds. Um, we would have different birds that would come and peck in there, and I know that they were looking for water, which is why I put a short up last night. I did get a chance to finish it today, because I had a real long work day. But we're creating what's called pollinator island. So if y'all can see, I have started with my shovel and with the hose, just kind of outlining that area. So it's going to be all type of pollinator plants that we got over on the stand. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I want to take y'all along with me with the process. So we got the bird station and then the bird bath already set up. But in Savannah, I think what was going on is they're looking for water. So they would come and they would peck. Now, we got a lot of birds around here, but I am trying to see if we'll have a problem with them pecking. So I'm leaving this on, because this is the thing, y'all, with tomatoes. And this is why I leave them on there as long as I can, is because the longer they stay on there, the more they develop the flavors. Now, they still have homegrown, you can't beat. Like, you cannot beat homegrown any day with store-bought, because I actually read a book some years ago, where a girl went undercover. I cannot think of the name of that book for any to save my life. But she went undercover to 4 different places, and one of them was like in the fields. Then she went to a restaurant and just worked undercover. But one of the places she worked, she also worked at, like, I want to say Walmart. And so a lot of times, a lot of the places will pick the tomatoes when they're green or barely ripe. And so you just don't have that flavor there. And then once they make it to their destination, I think she said they spray it with something, and then that is what will start turning them ripe. But the flavor isn't there. Because I'll tell y'all, those sun gold tomatoes I just showed you, they will make you want to throw any store-bought tomato, any store-bought cherry tomatoes in the trash. Like, when you taste the flavor of that, and don't let it be, don't pick it when it's like a little warm. Oh my gosh. But so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave this on here to make sure we don't have a bird problem. So that means I'll be able to let, like, these tomatoes that are growing here stay a little bit longer on the vine, which is what I'm trying to do, so that they can develop as much flavor as possible. I mean, you still, if you have a problem, the way I used to do it in Savannah is I would just pick them when they're blush, or when I think the birds or whatever would come get them. I would pick them before they came to get them, and I would sit it on the counter and let them just finish ripening on the counter. And like I said, you could do that if you have that problem, because the flavor will still beat homegrown. I mean, will still beat, the grocery store any day. Homegrown is the best. But so far, so good. We got a little bit of cracking I see at the top, and just a little bit, but not enough to, where you could say that the tomato is damaged. But I'm really excited about, like, the slicing tomatoes on here. And I'm gonna go back myself and look at the different containers and see if it'll jog my memory on which one this is. I do know that this one is an indeterminate one, because I have the tall trellis. I think this is about 7 feet. So I do know it's a indeterminate. But what I'm waiting on really is this Alberta peach tomato to hurry up and start putting on tomatoes. It's starting slowly but surely, if y'all can see right here. And it has like a bunch of blooms coming. But this is the one that I know I remember, because, like I said in the video, I've never heard of this tomato before. But I got to figure out which one this one is. But I think, y'all, in the next 2 days, probably in the next 2 days, I've been keeping my eye on this. And I've been seeing, like, a lot of birds kind of perch up. They've been perching up. But I'm going to keep my eye on this one, and maybe even tomorrow, because like I said, we're going to be in the 90s. Probably tomorrow If not tomorrow, no later than Thursday, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this because I can already tell that flavor is going to be so good. I already know it's going to be good. And so this will help me determine if I need to pick these when they're blush right here, or if I need to, or if I can just let them stay on here and ripen. Because this one, it is a slicing tomato. I've grew some slicing tomatoes. I also grew some tomatoes for sauce this year. And then we have the cherry tomatoes as well. I'm listening. I enjoy your channel. Thank you, JG. Thank you so much. When did you buy it? We bought these. So when I put up the video about a new place I found, these are from the Growers Outlet. I did a video maybe towards the end of May. It had to be a day I was off. So maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we went to the Growers Outlet and they had all of their vegetable plants for like 5 for $10. So we got a lot of peppers and then we got a lot of tomatoes. But like I said, the peppers this year, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, they're not doing good, and I really got to work on them. I got a feeling that maybe, you know how some things start off bad, like, and I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I planted these eggplant from seed. These are called little fingers, and they started off looking like they just were not going to make it. And this is what I'm noticing about this garden right here. A lot of things start off a little bit slow, but you know, when the plant gets a little bit more mature to be able to kind of fight off a lot of things, they start doing good. I was skeptical about these eggplant. And like I tell people, I don't eat a lot of eggplant, but I do eat it. But I don't need, like, one year when I planted, and this is called Little Fingers eggplant, but one year I planted like the regular eggplant you see at the store. I didn't need those 6 plants because I'm like, you don't even eat eggplant like this. So that's why I'm just doing 2, and they're small so that I can saute them, you know, like with my zucchini and my squash, or I can make like an eggplant parmesan with it, something like that. But I just don't eat a lot of eggplant to be growing 6 and 7 plants. But this one struggled at first, and so now it seems to be doing good. I'm going to show you another one that is struggling. And that is this particular plant. So they're seeming to be okay. But see, these two, I left these in. So we started these from seed. This is like it's a container variety okra. I keep saying big bubba, but I think it's baby bubba. It's some type of okra, but it's bred to be for small places. So I left these two in the pot. So I started them from seed. I potted them up in a bigger pot, and then I put these out later. I put this one out when it was really small, and you see the damage that's going on right here. Now it seems to be kind of recouping. I'm seeing the flowers start to form on here. Soon we'll be having okra, but it struggled. Even, y'all know, I went on live one day. I was so scared about these Armenian cucumbers, and I got to move like 2 of them because I saw the slugs in here. They were getting them so bad, and I didn't think we were going to have any cucumbers. But now they seem to be doing just fine. And I did two per direct sold. 2, is this 1 or 2? Yeah, 2 per hole. So now I'm going to start training the strongest to go up. I'm going to try my best to move these somewhere. But y'all know, I have, once again, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think I done ran out of space. And now I want to expand again, but I'm just like, just get done with this growing season, and then maybe in fall think about it, because I'm really trying to get everything planted at this point to where I can now be on a maintenance schedule. I try to get everything planted by a certain time, but y'all have to remember, we haven't been here a year. This is my first year growing in this space right here. So we're not in the Savannah area anymore. So I'm still testing, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. But I know for the fall, I know for the fall, I'm like, where else can I break ground? I really don't want to break ground because I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I'm going to tell it to you right now. This area right here, when I started doing this, y'all, I was sweating so bad. When I tell you just to area, oh man, god dang it. Hold on, y'all. It's like something got stuck.